Hi everyone, Matthew Scott here.
Hi, it's Yvonne again.
And today I thought we'd bring up a topic. Basically, we're going to talk about how to efficiently prepare meals for any time of the day, breakfast, lunch or dinner. So clients, there's no excuses. You can prepare meals. You can always prepare a meal. And Yvonne's going to help us out with this. So yeah, take it away. How would we be able to efficiently prepare those meals?
I just have a couple of tips in mind that is quick, that even if you don't have enough time, you can still quickly prepare, say your breakfast, lunch, dinner, just so that you are more likely to maintain a healthier lifestyle. For example, for breakfast, tip 1, if you like oats and cereal, sometimes you couldn't wake up early enough to make your porridge, but there's a really good tip. If you put your porridge in a jar with milk and maybe honey or fruit, you just put it in your fridge overnight, soak it, and the other day in the morning you can have it immediately. You don't have to cook it. You can heat it up a bit, but it saves you a lot of time. You don't have to wait 30 minutes, 15 minutes boiling your porridge, because it tastes really nice, and it basically tastes the same as cooking your porridge over the stove, which is quick and easy. So yeah, I hope that it
Fantastic. Yeah, I've actually tried that myself, and it actually is quite filling too. So you can even have like small portions of it, and yeah, it's really nice. Yeah.
And the other tip alongside with that breakfast sort of tips is that if you want to include some nuts and seeds in your diet, you can have it over on your top of the porridge, or you can grind them. For example, your flaxseed, if you have a blender at home, if you blend them so that they become powdery, you can put it in your porridge. So instantly, it's more filling, it's good fat, it's good for your health as well. And the other thing is a quick way to prepare my lunch sometimes, because I don't have enough time to cook, say for example rice and meat and vegetables all day. But if you can just say bring a sandwich, cheese sandwich, and I think type of bread is important as well. Maybe choose, for example, I really like Bergen's lean soy. I like the taste of it. It's a bit crunchy, it's a bit chewy, and I like to put a slice of cheese in that. But regarding say protein, and if you want to have some protein but you don't want to spend the time to cook your meat, you can consider having edamame, a Japanese type of bean.
Oh, okay.
Usually you can buy it say in Costco or in Asian groceries. So what you need to do is really just defrost the beans, edamame, and then...
Sorry, how do you say that again? Edamame.
Yeah,
sorry,
edamame.
I'm going to struggle with that.
Yeah, so it's I have to look it up and send you a picture of it.
Yeah.
But really, you just defrost it. You can heat it up a little bit. So you just break the shell or like the layer of it, and then you eat the bean inside. You don't have to do anything, because usually it's already salted. Mm-hmm. It's quick and easy. All you need to do is defrost it. So just put it in, say, in the fridge overnight to defrost it. So you have a really good snack, or even put it in your lunchbox with your sandwich, maybe a piece of fruit. So it's easy, quick and easy. Definitely within 5 minutes your lunch is done, and it's fresh as well.
Fantastic. So would that be a good option for like vegans and vegetarians too?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, that's a good tip for vegetarians as well, if they need extra bit of protein. And what else? Lunch
and dinner. What can you do for dinner?
Usually, because to be honest, I don't have a lot of time to cook like breakfast, lunch, dinner every day. So usually during the weekends, I like to say buy a really big packet of say meat, maybe chicken or steak. I like to slice them up and mince them, marinate them, put them in the freezer in individual portions. So I don't have to marinate them each and every time before I cook, and maybe I have to wait say 2 hours before they are like
it kind of absorbs in a bit.
Yeah, so usually I, for example, do it over the weekends, and then I prepare a lot of small portions. So when I need to use it, I just defrost it again. I defrost my food over time. So you just defrost your portion of meat, and then you can say pan fried it, you can stir fried it, you can put in noodle soup. It's easy and it's tasty, and more likely that you're going to use less herb and spice. I mean, less salt and soy sauce, or sort of like.
Because essentially you're preparing it in bulk, so you're only going to use the bare minimum, like when you're putting each piece in. So instead of trying to tip it all on at one spot, is that essentially what you're referring to?
Yeah. So, because I find if I have to say cut it up every time I cook and then marinate it every time I cook, it basically takes up more time. So I can marinate in bulk. Obviously, you can cook in bulk as well, but I personally like to cook fresh.
Yeah.
So I just marinate in bulk. So I already diced up everything, marinated everything, and all I need to do is just spend maybe like 15 minutes cooking it, and it's done, and I can eat it fresh, and it's nice flavor and seasoning. I find that tip really easy because whenever I feel like I need something, I just grab it in like a freezer or in my fridge. I have something ready for me to cook, because sometimes after work I think it's really tired sometimes for people who work for like 8 to 6 or 8 to 5. When you're home, maybe it's 6, and you still have to like cut up everything, wash everything, and cook them. I think it's a lot harder.
And you might be preparing for multiple people. Like if you're cooking for a family, then you want to be looking for efficient things too, 100%.
Yeah, so I think it's just give you a little bit more, like more of an initiative that you cook because it's there already. You prepare what you need to prepare. All you need to do is just heating it up or frying it, which is a lot easier than starting from scratch, is what I'm saying. So you can.
That's really good. I mean, it sounds like you've got nutritious meals, and that would be roughly about 20 minutes in total of preparation per day, and that's for fresh food too. Like I know you mentioned before cooking in bulk. Although cooking fresh tends to taste a lot better, I actually prepare mine cook in bulk, like in regards to the chicken. So even the veggies too. For my evening meals. The only thing I actually prepare fresh is probably the pasta. I've tried doing that a few days in advance, and it's hard to stomach.
Socky, yeah.
So like with that, even then, I'm having about 5 meals a day, and I actually about 20 minutes maybe max. Yeah, after I do maybe a solid hour and a half, 2 hours of preparation. Yeah.
So if you can spend the time to cook your meals in bulk and freeze them, that's definitely a good way, easy way, but I guess sometimes it's hard because you don't have that much space in your freezer as well. And regarding pasta, since you mentioned that, I have another quick tip. If you want to bulk cook your pasta but not leaving them soggy and not tasty, you can cook them in bulk, say for 6 minutes or like under 10 minutes, so it's not actually cooked, and then you use some oil so it's not sticky. So you separate the portions, and then when you need to use it again, you can quickly cook them, but they're not like hard pasta, if it makes sense.
Okay, so it speeds up the process a little bit.
Yeah. In that way, you're
that is awesome. Okay, I'm so trying this. Yep.
Yeah, you have to try. I like to do that as well, because sometimes you don't have that much time. You want to prepare it, but you don't want it to be soggy. So try not to cook it.
So basically, for example, if I'd probably have like roughly a cup of dry pasta a day, or so I usually have like wholemeal spirals, for example. So if I prepared like 3 or 4 of them, there'd be like 3 or 4 cups of dry pasta, that and like a splash of olive oil in it, cook it for maybe roughly about 6 to 8 minutes, and then put it into like a pack
but what I'm saying is, after, like when you cook your pasta, you use oil and salt maybe. So when you drain it, after you drain it, because they tend to stick together, so you have to use some oil just to kind of
make it slippery.
yeah,
that's probably the best way.
That's the idea, just so that when you cook it again, it's not like
cluggy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. How much oil would it be like per serving? Like would that, or is that it really depends on what type of
Basically, so usually when you cook your pasta, so after you boil your pasta, when you cook them on the stove, do you use a bit of oil as well?
Generally speaking, no. I usually just I usually don't add any salt or oil or anything to the pasta. So I kind of have what's essentially a pasta mix. So I just kind of mix it with passata, veggies, mozzarella cheese, and that would be like my prep for the day, basically. Yeah.
Because usually if I bulk make my pasta, I just kind of like maybe say a teaspoon of oil in 200-300 grams, which is 3 serves or more of pasta. I just kind of mix them together just so that they're not sticky. I like to use, for example, olive oil because they are good oil as well, so I don't have to worry about consuming oil. So yeah, I try to cut, say for example, trans fat or those type of oil in my diet. So I try not to have, say, cakes and pastry and cookies as much, but I will so I don't have to worry too much when I add my oil in, say for example, my pasta. But yeah.
Just to, if you haven't been following the clips, there's another clip that we actually did earlier about oils. So that's why she's recommending olive oil and saying that she can actually have a little more in her diet because she doesn't have as many of the other types of like things like sweets, like cookies, which are high in trans fats.
Yeah.
So if you aren't quite following this, make sure to watch our last clip too. But yeah, that was really awesome. I actually, again, I've learned quite a lot just from having this conversation with you. So definitely, Yvonne's running a part of her practice out of MCR Powerhouse here, so definitely contact her. Her Facebook details I'll put in the link below. And yeah, till next time, we'll catch you later.
See ya.
Bye.